Now, why teams are important in real estate? That's very, very important. Does anybody have any question?
Equally, it's very important, I would say, is sharing. Like if you have some idea, if you have some thoughts, if you have plans, if you have a vision, you have to share equally, which makes the team success.
I love you for that. What's your
If you're
name?
not willing to share, which is very important in a team, it won't work.
Absolutely.
You have to give up.
Absolutely. See, and you have actually put up a very important point, and I want to thank you for that. I call that sharing as a system. You as a team leader, you as a guardian of the team, it is your job to build up a system for your team so that sharing is being taken care, right? And that is where I was successful, because I always kept building up on that system next level. And today, let me tell you, we run the most complex structure in the real estate industry. We do the resale, we do the pre-construction, we run the teams, we run the brokerage, we run the franchisee business, we run the international real estate business. All kind of complexities are there. But just because we have a system in place, we made it so simple that it can be in the auto-running phase. But of course, it has its own challenges. I'm not saying it's so easy to build it up. But yes, you are so right that we have to build up a sharing. We have to be ready to share with each other so that everybody gets an equal opportunity to grow. And this is what I'm learning with time. Like 5 years before, my concept was different. But as I kept building up the bigger and bigger team, I kept getting the feedback, information, understanding. And there was a time when I was thinking, okay, you know what? We have to do business this way. But with the time, I learned, no, there is a new thought process which comes into the team. I have to learn how to work according to their style. Not that everybody should work in my style. So sharing, guys, I absolutely agree with me, is very, very important. But in real estate, building up the team really can create wonders for you as long as you know how to build up the system. Right? Any other question, guys? Thank you, sir. What's your name? Sandeep, thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Important topic for me, because I'm trying to build a team. I'm an immigration consultant, by the way. I'm trying to get my real estate license too. But
hey, listen, you're doing good in immigration? हमारे पेट पे क्यों लात मार रहे हो यार?
Well, this is another thing I'm passionate about. So, talking, someone just spoke about sharing knowledge or, whatever secrets you have with your team to build your team. Now, one of the problems I'm facing, and I've seen a lot of people face this problem, which is, let's say, you have a restaurant, right? Let me take my example, right? I have a team. And immigration is such a business that, if you teach someone how to do an application, right, that person is going to find people and do applications by himself or herself. Now you teach them, you're investing a lot of time into it, and this person opens their own shop and steals business from you, right? And this is a fear I'm facing right now, and I see a lot of people facing this situation, right? How do you get rid of this fear? I know this fear has no basis.
See, people started laughing because it's their problem.
And I'm open to be laughed at, right? Because I know I'm doing something wrong here. People who have grown to your level, right, or people who are growing, are they have gotten themselves rid of this fear. How do I get rid of this fear?
Sorry, I apologize first of all.
That's fine.
They were not laughing at you, they were smiling and they were agreeing to you because it's their problem as well.
Okay.
And
Well,
I think, who share the same problem?
I touched the nerves.
You touched the nerve, for sure. Who share the same problem?
It's true what he says, right?
Does everybody have that same problem? Okay, let me ask first of all, who wants to build up a team in his life? So, give me 3 big challenges which you see in building up the team. One we got from him. Can I get the second one? I'll answer you for that, sir. I'll come back to you. What is the second challenge?
Finding the members with the same team spirit.
Finding the member with the same team spirit. Yes.
Retaining them.
Retaining them. What else?
Trust.
Trust. What else?
The right intelligence to know the answer right.
Having the right set of people, having the right intelligence in the people.
Transparency.
Transparency. Transparency is up to you to build up. It's your, yes sir.
Corporate company secrets.
Sorry?
Corporate company secrets.
Are you talking about SaveMax secrets? Are you talking about 999?
Like big corporations, like say Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
they have their own secrets.
Trust me, they don't have any secret. It looks to us that they might have some big secret. I think the only one secret which I could identify until today in building up the team and being successful in the life is having the right set of people in your surrounding. That's it. You just have to do that. Right? So let's first talk about, sir, what's your name?
Harvinder.
Harminder? But tell me, why are you getting real estate license? If I go and take immigration license, then?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll show you how to do an application. You share your secrets and I'll share mine.
No. But let me tell you, I think you have shared a very legitimate concern. You have shared a very legitimate fear. But I'm sorry to say, it's not the real. It's not the real. The problem is not with those people. The problem is our own mindset. The problem is we are so fearful or we are not confident enough about ourselves. Okay, tell me. Let's say, argument's sake, you brought one person, built up the team, you taught him, right? And he left you. What about trying the second person?
You're spending a lot of time.
What about, understandable. What is about the third person? So let's say you spend 1 year time onto that. And you, after 1 year, you got one right person who can actually give you that 86,400 seconds. And you can contribute together. So I will answer this question a little bit differently and I'll ask you a question. This is called actually failure. That we brought a person, we tried to teach him, we tried to build him up, but he did not work with you. So we got failed. What does that mean? Should I leave it? So today morning, starting from morning 4 o'clock until now, I have failed 50 times in today. So let's say you plan to wake up at what time you get up? I pinched your nerve now.
Okay, 9 or 10 o'clock.
9 or 10 o'clock.
Sleep late, yeah.
That's not fair, my friends.
Just sleep late.
Don't even think of building a team. Go and sleep. No. But I understand you might be sleeping at 2 o'clock in the night.
Yeah.
Right? So let's say every day you wake up at 9 o'clock. So let's say you plan to wake up at 9 o'clock early morning. It's not early morning, it's an afternoon, by the way. For me. So let's say you plan to get up at 9 o'clock, you put an alarm, or whatever reason, your alarm doesn't work. And you got up at 9:15. Technically you failed. Because you were planning to get up at 9 o'clock, but you woke up at 9:15. You failed. Would you stop getting up next day morning? Why not? Why not? So you failed. That doesn't mean you will stop getting up. You will not go and die. You failed, but it's your natural instinct. It is your natural ability that you will again next morning try to get up at 9 o'clock. Let's say you again failed. You again woke up at 9:30 next day. Will you stop getting up?
No.
Why not? That is what you are doing when you are building up the team. Because if one person could not work with you, or one person opened up a shop there, you actually stop putting efforts. No, you have to learn from that, why that happened. So I'll tell you a real life story. When I started thinking building up a team, I actually brought a person who I used to like, love, very amazing guy. So I brought him onto the team. He was making $40,000 at that time. And I said, okay, I'm going to promise you, you're going to make $80,000 in the first year. I gave him in the writing. I made a contract with him, and I said, you're going to make $80,000. Right? So we planned, and we started working. In pretty much 4 or 5 months, he made $100,000. And you know, it's a normal human tendency. We will go and talk. When we get too much money, we go and talk to people. We show them off. So he was trying to talk to other realtors. Somebody pumped him and said, Raman is paying you too less. So he came to me and he said, Raman, I think I should get more money. And at that time, trust me, I was very, I don't know what should I tell you, I was very arrogant, very short-tempered. So we were sitting together in front of each other. The moment he said that, I actually pulled the contract from the drawer and tear it off in front of him, and I said, get out from here. I failed there. But that doesn't mean I should stop myself. I again tried, and till today I'm failing. But I'm not stopping. I want to wake up every morning. What if I forget to get up at like 4:30 if I plan that? So that is the first lesson which I would love to give you. And please take out that impression from your mind that everybody you're going to train, everybody you're going to teach is going to go out and start doing the business. So I'll tell you a little Bania story, right? There was an organization where a guy who was managing the organization, so it's an accounting guy, it's an finance guy, it's an marketing guy. They all used to sit together during the lunchtime and they used to talk. And you know, one day they were talking, you know what this Bauji does in the office? He comes, just put some kind of like orders and all this stuff. I am doing marketing, you are doing finance. You know, he is doing all the operations. Let's all three meet together, leave this company and open up another company. And I don't need to tell you what happened to that company. Because they did not know how to collaborate on all those three people. You go onto YouTube, you will come to know how to do the heart surgery. But that doesn't mean you can do the heart surgery, buddy. You're going to kill somebody. Just because you know how to do something, that doesn't mean you can do it. You have to go and experience it. You have to go and learn it. Doctor takes 15, 20 years to do that surgery. Right? They go and get that onto the dummies. So it is not their problem. That is not the real challenge of the industry. That is not the real challenge when you want to build up the team. The real challenge is our own mindset. We are so fearful, and let me tell you, there's a good chances, just because of that fear, you never actually tried. And that is the problem with so many people, because they themselves are thinking, what if I bring somebody, build up a team, and that person leaves me?
I keep hearing, you should hire someone who's smarter than you, better than you.
I never said that.
I watch YouTube. So.
This YouTube and Google is the biggest problem. See, there is so much, not the garbage. See, that is not the fact. The person who was telling you that, he shared his experience. That doesn't mean that experience is going to apply to you. You might have a different circumstances, you might have a different situation. So you have to listen to all of them, you have to take inspiration from them, but you have to implement it on yourself and see what works for you. What I'm telling you might not work for you. That is my experience I'm sharing with you. Does that make sense? So, if you heard on the YouTube something, that was his experience. I keep telling my team members, they come and ask me, how can I be successful in real estate? What worked for you? I said, sorry, what worked for me, maybe it's not working for you. You go and experiment. I can tell you these are the 4 ways to do the things. Go and experience. Go and see what works for you. Right?
Right. Thank you very much.
Thought process should be clear. Yes, sir. Anybody else before we move further? Yes, sir.
You were giving an example of a football team. So in football team, we have 11 players. So all have different roles, like 3 players play forward, 3 defense, and 1 goalkeeper, and then we have a support team. like physiotherapist, coach, so they are helping the team. In real estate, if we are forming a team, like if I am forming a team, definitely I will have an advantage. But I have 5 realtors in the team, and then we have support people like who's doing staging, preparing contracts and everything. So how it is helping the 5 realtors who have the same role in the team?
So what you said is a very small description of the team. See, try to understand those 5 realtors who you are bringing on your team might be new realtors. They don't have that support system. They don't have the capability to do the staging. They don't have the capability to run the advertisement. They don't have the capability to go and convert the clients into business. There comes your role as a team leader. First, you have to bring them at a level of success, right? And then you have to think to building up a system for them so that they can be the team leads now. And that was the biggest challenge in the real estate industry. Even if the people who actually built up the team, they could not build up more leaders in their team. And that is what was stopping their growth. So when you have those 5 people in your team, your next target should be to have 5 team leads out of that 5 people. That is how you're going to grow them. And they're all going to add 5 more people with each other. So now you have 25 people working under those 5 people. And that is what we did successfully. So when I built up the team for myself, let's say I had 5 realtors, my target was, out of those 5, 2 should be team leads in next 2 to 3 years. And they should be helping others. And this should keep going on. Right? And that is how you built up a bigger team. And that is what my first thing was. If you want to be successful as a team, you have to think developing more leaders. If you are not developing leaders, trust me, you're going to be a failure. Make sense? You're still not convinced.
Yeah, because everyone cannot be a leader, right? We need team players, we need everyone. If everyone will become a leader, then who is running the show?
There are 8 billion people in this world. Trust me, if you make 25 leaders, you will still have enough people to build up the team. I do agree with you what you are saying, but it is your job to bring the best out of them as a team leader. It is your job to, of course, everybody is not going to reach at the same level. I'm not saying that. Even it is my experience, if I have 1,000 people, everybody is not at the same level. There are few people who are intelligent enough, smart enough to supersede others. So we shared a formula last time. It is 25, 25, 50. 50% is you. 50% is your intelligence. 50% is your smartness, your hard work, your capabilities. What is going to build up? 25% is the right platform. If you don't get the right platform to perform, trust me, I have seen so many people killing their intelligence, killing their smartness, killing their hard work, just because they don't have the right platform. And then 25% credit goes to right mentorship. So 50%, it is you. Got it?
Yeah. I am good, thank you.
Appreciate it. Anybody else, guys? Yes, sir.
So is there a way to judge people before they come, like a personality development test or something like that, or a psychometric test or something that you can?
All those are money-making tools. I don't believe on those psychometric tests. Trust me, there are smart people who can successfully beat them. So, and that is the biggest challenge of the industry, wherever you go. And if my HR team members are sitting here by somehow, I tell them not to take the interview in a formal atmosphere. Because the problem in the formal atmosphere is the person is ready to answer your question the way he or she wants. So there's only one way to judge the people is you test them. You test them in the real surrounding. So I'll share one more story with you which will answer your question, that how we judge people. So we had one of our team member, he was working with us, and his wife was working in marketing in some other company. And this guy was putting a lot of pressure on me to hire his wife into SaveMax, into marketing. And my problem was, if I interview her and I don't hire her, I'm going to lose that person. Because his wife is going to be not letting him in the house. So I called that candidate for an informal interview at a dinner without knowing her at one of my friend's place. But two of my team members, they knew that I'm going to interview her. So, it was very casual discussion. We were having dinner and I started asking her, how is your work? How are you doing at your job? How do you feel? And she started talking all BS. Because she did not know what I'm doing. That is how you judge people. I'll give you another example. When we hire somebody in our office, it was my way of working. I used to add $100 in their check, extra, randomly. So let's say if you are at a job and every 2 weeks you're getting a check of $1,500, and all of a sudden randomly you get a check of $1,600, if you come back to me, next time I can trust you for $1,000. If you don't come back to me, good luck with your $100. You have to test people. Right? You all know the history of, if there's anybody who is from the Sikh religion, those Panch Pyares. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji take them inside and said, I need to chop your head. Right? They tested them, but they were not killing them. So that is how you judge people. You test them. You check on them. But don't test your wife or husband, okay? That's not a great idea.
It's done now.
It's done. Any other question, guys? Does that make sense, sir? It's an ongoing process. See, you will try people, you will test people. Some people will leave you, some people will stay with you. Right? But that doesn't mean you should stop yourself. You have to keep going. That's very important. You have to learn from that mistake and move on. And that is very, very important in team building. People don't learn, they get frustrated with the mistakes. They take it personally. Don't be personal. Any other question, guys? Yes, sir.
So, how do you trust the team members to maintain